What's up? Thank you for watching. Hope you're all doing good. So this is a Pixonic joint, as you all know. And we're just going to wait for it to load like forever. Hey, what's up, Zonic? This is just a real chill look, man. This is just a really chill look at my hangar. Coming here fast. I'm not sure what that means. Coming here fast? Actually, if you want to let me know, how do I sound? And, you know, is the video choppy? I mean, does this make you want to, like, punch me in the nose because it's a horrible broadcast? So we're going to look at my hangar today. This is just a really chill live joint. And I guess I'll go do a little housekeeping here real quick, and then we'll get started. But thank you for watching. Alright, good. I'm doing it in 720p. Just, I wanted to make sure everybody saw all these robots in their glory. You know, some of them are pretty beautiful. Come on now. Here, let me put my face up here. Okay, so, well, I've still got some other, let's see, the tasks. Yeah, whatever. I'll do that later. Yeah, workshop points. Let's take care of that. This is the boring stuff. Actually, I need to go ahead and medicate here. Hang on. Yes, I do. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and tour what I have here right now, and we'll start from there. So, first things first, we've got the old gunship. I actually like this bot a lot. This is the hover. This is one of the first special bots, if you will, that I got. This one, I spent some money on. I spent like $27 on it or something, which was stupid. I know, kill me, punch me. I've been playing the game for 2 years now, and I really liked some of the jump bots a lot. So, of course, the moment this thing came out, and I do call it a gunship because of the way it flies. I actually am not sweating the Raven series because it's 2 consecutive jumps, if you will. No hovering, no guiding the glide, if you will. Now, I went ahead and put, this is all 500 meter range, gust, and 2 storms. And Pixonic has yet to do anything about the paint job on this thing. But that is just a really gorgeous bot right there. And then sometimes people will actually see me flying towards them. Oh dear God, here we go with that whole freaking, oh my God, why? Okay, that's gone, thank goodness. Alright, that's the hover. Then the Griffin, and this is a long-range Griffin. This is what I use typically, one of the setups I use for a Griffin. 500 meters, and I went with the blue hex paint job on this thing, which I think looks pretty good. Not bad for the price. Some Columbus on here and some pins. Just a rocket platform. Suits my gameplay style pretty well. I like it. There are some other skins. I've thought about, oh, I'm going to be a leprechaun. I thought maybe I'd have this for St. Patty's Day. You know, instead of using my shillelagh, I like to throw down with my griffin and sort out all the heretics. See the little lucky shamrock on it? Hopefully it's got some luck. Maybe that skin gives you some luck. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably my next skin for a griffin. This thing. This is my 3rd special bot, if you count the hover, and then the Kamiho's coming up in a second. But this is another one that I love using regularly, the Haichi. I waited a long time for this thing. I did the little, oh great, now it's upside down. That was all the Haichi. It's such an amazing bot that it turns my tablet upside down at will. Of course, I'm not going to spend 2,500 gold on a Dragon Tail, but I like it in blue. This thing is like a Ferrari. It's a luxury bot, if you will. 2 dashes, and an energy shield. Mind you, this means that a lot of people have started to use Scourges, Zeus's, Magnum, Terran. They will come after you with energy and plasma weapons when you have this thing. Oh, you have it with this. Look at you, big spender. Alright then. You like that red, don't you? You like that red, don't you? It's like a Ferrari, right? It's like a really nice Ferrari with some gold on it. It looks really gorgeous. I gotta admit, I love the light sourcing they did on this and the reflectivity of the 3D model. They did a really good job with it. I don't know what's up with the horn on the front though, but anyway. Mine has 3 Orkans. I'd like to see a triple Scourge. Nice, Bulgasari. So did you ever find out if Bulgasari is Italian? Hey, it's a Bulgasari with a fettuccine and a spaghetti with the Bulgasari meatballs. I know, there's a lot of horny looking bots out there, I guess. I really like the Heiichi though, I have to say. This thing, when you're in the middle of a battle and, you know, things just aren't going your way, you can survive pretty long with it if you pilot it properly. I really like it a lot. Of course, the only 2 things that would make this thing worse would be stealth and, yeah, stealth and flight. Thank God it can't fly. We'd all be getting hurt if we had this. But yeah, this one, I saved up a lot of gold, played the little flip a card game, and got it. But it took a while to save up for it. And I bought some of those little 2-packs that they sell with the workshop points to get some components for it. But I'm really happy with that bot. It definitely suits my playstyle. This is my plasma Griff. Just a straight brown, doo-doo brown. Yeah. Under its armpits it has these 2 little tanks. I don't know what they're for, but I think it looks cool. So, this is my plasma Griff. This is what I use to hunt down a Carnage, a Heiichi. You know, anything that's going to fall prey to plasma, this is a very good delivery method, if you will. If you don't have a Heiichi or any other bots, this is a pretty good one. A silver bot. I believe it's still 1.7 mil. And it works for me. They move really slow, straight up. They move slow. This is level 9, so it's got max speed, 35 kilometers an hour. Yeah, definitely. I like it. It's very versatile. You can use it in a lot of different situations, but for me, it might be slow, but it covers ground quickly when you've got a good jump going with it. Once you've covered the ground, weapons are in range. There's a reason why they call these setups death buttons. Plasma death button, rocket death button, so on. And then we've got my little pest. I love my little pest. This is my Kumiho. So this is the second special bot that I got after the hover. And this thing is really fast. It's fast with regular walking or foot speed, if you will. But it's also very fast to recharge its dashes. Again, 2 dashes in reserve. Very fast. You will love dodging aphids with this thing or any other short-range missile. It's very, very quick. I can usually get into the back lines of some enemies using a good cover. And this thing will then cause, you know, they'll draw fire. They're very good at drawing fire, leaving the enemy bots, the red side, open, being distracted by this little guy. And they do call it a chicken. It looks like a little chicken, I guess, in a side profile. Hang on. Actually, it looks like that's Mr. Burns right there. Okay. So now let's go duck into what I have stashed. What's in my stash? Excuse me, this is the GI patent. 5, count them, 5. Well, there's regular, and then there's 4 or 5 different skins you can buy for this thing. If you're a fan of the GI patent, you're definitely not alone. They're fans. The people who use this bot a lot, I mean, the fan base for this is it's legion, pretty much. I guess if I was rolling with one, I'd probably go with the Spartan look on it. It moves dog slow, but 4 light weapon slots you can do a lot of damage with it. If you step around a corner and your enemy is not expecting you to be there, this is not a bot that you want to look at if all the weapons are charged and loaded and you're, very close to it or even far away from it. I like to use it with geckos and just as a long-range sniper. I have done the Angry Man where I'll just put 4 magnums on it and go nuts. But again, take a look at the speed. We're on level 8. Sorry, 8. So, okay, we can eke out one more. We can go to 40 kilometers per hour. Still not a fast bot at all. Again, if they gave this thing dash ability or jump, we'd all be shaking in our boots. The Vityaz. This is another one. I've bought this, sold it, bought it, sold it. I've got a love-hate-love relationship with this bot. The Vityaz is one of the classic bots, if you will. This is the Kirin, which I think that's also a type of beer. Kirin Lager. Anyway. This was one of the original bots, I believe. I started playing War Robots about a year and a half ago. And of course, this was one of the bots I aspired to have. 2 light points on each side and a heavy heavy weapon point up top. They increased the durability. They've done some buffs here and there. They've tweaked this bot. It's still a good classic bot. I like keeping it around. I like it. I like it because of its durability. Level 8, and you're talking 131,000 hit points. 41 Ks per hour. We can go to 42 for the max on that, for the speed. Obviously, I haven't gone up to the max for armor yet, but it's definitely one of your lower level bots that you're going to have or you'll aspire to have when you first start playing. And you'll move on from that. Then we've got this thing. This thing is one of my favorite bots. This was the first bot that I got with gold. And I was so happy I got it. It's like running around on a map with an angry man. Really, this was like the Incredible Hulk. In its time, it's no longer as dangerous. But with a physical shield, 2 light weapons points and a medium point, all mounted on the right-hand side. It's really an amazing bot. Not super fast, but the skeleton skin that they had offered during Halloween, or I guess that's when they started offering it, was during the Halloween event last year. I had to have it. I mean, right down to, look at even the pelvis. It's got a pelvis. This guy, Galahad, has a pelvis. Sorry, the bot's name is Galahad. I don't think I said that. But yeah, I really like this guy. Very cool bot. In its time, it was overpowered. It was like running around with a little Incredible Hulk, if you will. I really enjoyed it a lot. Very, very cool bot. I still will pull it out here and there. I'm probably going to redo my hangar and just mess around with my medium level bots or bots that I don't think are as good as what I currently have. The Carnage. This one was another one I did not regret getting. Workshop points is what it costs to get. Like 15,000, whatever, something. I can't remember now. You got the Cobra Kai. And it has a built-in energy shield, kind of like the Haiichi in that respect. 2 heavy weapons mounting points up top. A lot of different configurations you can go with on this. I used to use tridents on it a lot. Now I switch between Zeus and Thunders. Sometimes I'll mix and match. I'll actually have a Thunder on one side and a Zeus on the other side. Of course, I run the Tiger Stripe job, or the Tiger Stripe skin. I just think it looks cool. It's regular skin. I mean, tell me this doesn't look like a little Zentradi battle pod from Robotech back in the day. It has a rush. It increases its speed. That's its special ability, along with having an energy shield that's always on. It's very handy for going up. If this is your second bot into a battle, you can charge up to where your compatriots are, your teammates are, and protect them so they can hold out a little bit longer and apply their firepower to the enemy. It's good for protecting other bots. It's definitely, you don't want to be alone. If you're alone with this bot and somebody knows, they're going to check you, they're going to do all their targeting checks, and they'll see that you are a Carnage or something with a shield, energy shield. If they're running plasma weapons, you will get hunted down while you're in this thing. So be aware of that. Use physical cover. It's a good bot though. It can still remain dangerous even, with 10% of its hit points left. It'll still be available anyway. But it's definitely one of the bots I don't regret getting at all. This is definitely one of the keepers, if you will. I enjoyed it a lot. Enjoy it a lot. If I could ever go back to the hangar. There we go. Okay. Then we've got Gareth. I think I bought one with gold. I have 2 Gareths. I have 2 Gareths and 2 Galahads. Sorry, this is my level 9 Gareth. A little bit scaled down. Very fast. Very fast. I've definitely annoyed a lot of people with this thing. A medium and a light hard point on the right-hand side of the bot. And again, a physical shield that moves to the front and everything. And you can, man, this is definitely, I enjoy this bot a lot. Again, maybe it's not so lethal now, the way the meta is now, but it was definitely, again, just a step down from the Galahad, but very lethal, very fast. It would get to firing range very quickly if you're running a 300 meter or 350 meter setup. And this little guy, this is my little havoc maker. These do not last long. This is a Schutz. Again, this is my first jump bot that I ever got when I first started playing. If you look, that's one thing you'll see about some of the bot designs. That looks like a Hind helicopter cockpit on the front of it, right? When this thing is piloted, by the way, it only has one medium point right here on the left-hand side. When it's piloted right, I've done laps on the city map. I can't remember what it's called. Lost City, Abandoned City. It says like Lost City or something, but then when you go into the map, ambient noises, you'll hear traffic and stuff and horns beeping. But anyway, I've done a lap around. Just, I said, the heck with shooting at anybody. I think I had like a Terran on me. I didn't use a shield on the other side. I didn't mount a ECU shield. I just went ahead and just hopped around. There's almost no charge time for the hops, so you can pretty much jump around all over the place and become a nuisance, if you will. A very, very fun bot to play, assuming you can play with it. If the other team really knows what they're doing, you're not going to last long. If it's a intermediate knowledge on the red team, overall the cumulative knowledge of the red team is somewhere around the middle to newbie, you'll definitely jump around all over the place. I love this little guy. And I like the skin on it too. I think the skin is quite cheeky. It says boom on the side. And it says get out of here. And it looks like looks like a V8 engine in the back of it, or on top of it. Then we've got the Stalker. This thing. Workshop points. One of the fastest bots in the game, just as far as regular, normal foot speed goes. Count them, 4 different skins for it. I like this one, the T-Rex. It's a small bot, so having a T-Rex skin on it is kind of funny. But really, really cool bot. Stealth ability lasts for, however long. I can't remember the exact amount of time, but it goes into stealth mode. Has 2 light weapons, hard points on it, and you can, multiple different configurations work well with it. I like to troll people with this thing, so I'll put 2 geckos on it. And then I'll wait to find a sniper on the other team. They might tag me once, but the moment I hit stealth, they realize, okay, I'm going to get pelted with gecko until I go to cover, because I can't target this guy because he's a stealth bot. So this is very good for trolling people, especially snipers. Jesse. This is another special bot. I think I might have gotten this one before Hover. It was just on a chance spin the chest or something. I happened to get it. 4 light weapons points on it. I actually don't mind the Captain America look, but I like the Western look because it's one of the Western bots. I also looked up Jesse James and I found out that he's actually a lefty. So if you ever see a Jesse running around, a little brown Jesse running around, if you see a Magnum on the left, lower left hard point, that's me. I always put a Magnum on the lower left of it to symbolize the Jesse James, the Western fugitive or outlaw. He was a lefty. He was a left-handed fellow. So That's what I do with my Jesse. But usually pinatas, aphids. Not really going to do anything long range with this. I've definitely held off a lot of people with this thing. I've actually dropped a griffin, if you can believe that, while defending a beacon that I had capped on the moon map, in fact. Yeah. What's up, Jude? Ghost boy? I hope you guys don't mind. I'm just taking it really easy and just showing everybody my hangar. I'm actually going to go look at other bots in the shop as well and just give my opinion on them. You'll see that there's some that I used to have and I no longer have, and I'll tell you why I no longer have them. This is Natasha. This is a great bot if you like to snipe. Straight up. And even medium range sniping. I'm talking about with Tridents. Tridents, Zeus. No, I didn't play, bro. I did not play. I'm not playing right now. I'll play tomorrow. I'll do live tomorrow. Gameplay, fighting, round 1 to 10, whatever I have to do. But today's just strictly the boring stuff. I've been wanting to do this for a while and just explain my opinions on some of the bots and my opinion of the game, so on and so forth. I like this Frankenstein skin on the Natasha. 2 light points left and right, and then across the top, 2 heavy points up top. So I like to have tridents and pins. Really, I'll admit it, I used to be a total troll with this thing when I was a sniper. I would get trebuchets on this thing, put geckos on it, light up my target with the gecko to know that I've got a shot on them, and then let loose with the trebuchets. And I would hide. But one thing I will say is that I can change targets very quickly because I use a gamepad. And you can definitely, if you know what you're doing with a good sniper bot like this, especially by using the geckos, because geckos will get the enemy to move left or right pretty quickly. They're not going to sit there and stand around. Just, even if it's not a lot of damage, it's very unnerving to have a beam of light just shot at you from some anonymous person from across the way. I mean, pretty far across the way. And imagine that lets you know that's a precursor to hang on. If the guy's in a Natasha and he's got 2 trebuchets, I'm about to get tagged. Very, very cool bot. Very useful. Again, super slow. Not really my favorite as far as play styles go. I did fall in love with this Ghost Rider paint job, the flame job. I'm a big Ghost Rider fan from back in the day. Ghost Rider, the Marvel comic anti-hero. And this almost looks like a homage to Ghost Rider, this particular skin. And again, if we look at what time am I going to play tomorrow? What time do you want me to play? Give me a proposition. So you can see the front of Natasha here resembles that of an aircraft, probably a bomber or a cargo plane. You can also see it has 4 jet engines or jet turbines intakes there. A lot of a bomber aeronautical theme to this bot, the design language of this bot. X smiley face. Alright, nice. I think I'll play probably later on, I'd say 10, maybe 11 p.m. tomorrow night, Eastern Standard Time. That's -5 hours on GMT or UTC. 4 p.m. 4 p.m.? Hey, it's always 4 p.m. somewhere, right? Even if I'm playing at 11 p.m. This is my second Galahad. You're home from school at 4. Right on. Well, I'll definitely put something up for you guys to groove on. Hopefully I'll be funny. I don't know. I need to be funny. So this is my second Galahad. I kind of keep this one down level 7. Sometimes I guess I kind of do go seal clubbing here and there, but basically I just like to have a lower level bot just to test weapons with, especially new weapons that I haven't used before. 315. Right on. Cool. And of course this poor Galahad, since this is my second Galahad, he just has to make do with this. I bought one of them with gold, but the other one I think I won, or maybe I might have bought 2 of them with gold. I might have bought both of my Galahads with gold straight up. The Gareths I think I got with gold, and then one I got on a lucky spin. But again, the Galahad and the Gareth, I have to give it up for them when they... Well, now you know to don't even bother getting the Galahad or the Gareth until they get buffed. until they get buffed. If they do get buffed. Then we've got the Leo. I've got 2 of these things. You usually earn these during little special events and stuff. If you mess up enough stuff, you'll get these as prizes. And you'll get the funny little Japanese koi version, and you get the mummy version, the haunted house version. I like this one a lot. This one reminds me of Left 4 Dead 2. I used to play Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox 360 back in the day. No, I don't have all the bots. I don't have all the bots, and some of the bots I just didn't want, so I sold them back. I'll be honest with you. I probably blew a lot of workshop points doing that. In fact, I'll come to my greatest misses in just a moment. The Leo is extremely durable. Slow as molasses, extremely slow. There's sloths that will outrun a Leo. My favorite bot. Oh, yeah, I think you already know what it is, but I will come back to it. I will come back to it. Stay online for a few minutes, and I'll definitely show you. No, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that. There's a diss track coming up. This broadcast has a hidden diss track that's coming up. I'm going to be disrespecting some bots very shortly. If you haven't noticed, as I've been going through the bots, I've definitely been pointing out which ones are slow. For example, Natasha does not suit my playstyle at all. The Leos don't. The Leos, they bring enough firepower to the table to where it's worth it to move them up the map. You're exactly right, Jude. Jude, my dude, you got it, the Haiichi. And of course, I've got another Griffin just lurking in the background. I have run like 3 Griffins in the active hangar. And of course, this is the koi fish one. I always wondered why they did this. I mean, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful skin, but you know, koi fish are pretty peaceful. And when you have a Leo coming at you, there's no peacefulness involved. I've thought about putting an Ansel on it. I think that would be pretty interesting, because then you've got Energy Shield plus level 8, 176,000 damage you can sustain on it. It's a strong bot. It's just super slow. Again, the Griffins are slow, but you jump, it covers ground, you can close the distance and get into weapons firing range very quickly. And this is my little level 1 Gareth. He's so cute. This is my little baby. My little pup. My little pup. He looks so serious. Oh no, little level 1 Gareth, don't hurt me. What are you looking at? What are you doing in my hangar? Trying to catch me not slipping up, not having any weapons equipped? Yeah, that's right. We'll come back later. I dare you to put me in. Put me in! Put me in, man! Put me in the active hangar. No, Gareth, chill out. So, those are the bots that... Ansel Magnums, Thunder, and 3 Gusts is what I think you're referring to. Yeah, that I've heard is a really good combination. I only have 2 Gusts. Let me go show you what I've got cooking. We'll go to the store in a minute, and then I'll unleash my diss track. Okay, go back to the favorite bot. It's of course this thing right here. Oh wait, what am I doing? Sorry, I forgot how to navigate today. Yeah, this is my favorite bot. You know, if put your hand up to the screen, put your finger up to the screen, and you can almost touch it. Go ahead, touch it. See, look at its little tail feathers on the back. It's so cool. This thing is just so deluxe. It really is. It really is. It feels like you're in a luxury sports car, Ferrari. It's the Ferrari of the bots. I'm already accumulating points for another one. Let's put it that way. I like the Haiichi a whole lot. Yes. Yes, I do. Keep in mind, I've been playing for about a year and a half. I would say all told, I'll be honest with you, I did pay to win a little bit. I spent about $100 total in this game for about the past, you know, spread out through the past year and a half. What have I got cooking? I want another hover. I like the hover. The Inquisitor, I could really... Well, anyway, that's going to go into my diss track. Spectre. I want a Spectre super bad. There's just no doubt about it. See, even the tablet's like, wait a minute. I think the Tempest is the most annoying weapon. If it's an annoying bot or an annoying weapon for you, you might want to actually try to master using it. Because obviously it'll make you think twice on the battlefield, so it'll make your enemy think twice on the battlefield if you're utilizing it effectively. Time, patience, a lot of patience, and a lot of times I bought the wrong bots that didn't suit my playstyle, and I'd sell them back. Absolutely. So we can go into the diss track here. Let's start with the diss track. First off, I don't know why they've got all these little two-part deals. Two-part deals. Not these. Not these. This is like... That's the asshole starter pack right there. If you're $99 rich and ready to blow it, go right ahead. Yeah. It'll take time, but it's worth... The hover is worth it. The hover is worth it. If nothing else, not because you can hover, because it has good foot speed while you're on the ground as well. And it brings a decent amount of firepower. What's up, Infinix Musics? But yeah, these little 2-packs, I mean, come on. You know, really. You don't need to do all that, Pixonic. You really don't. Just give us individual component packages to buy. I don't like these little 2-pack things at all. I really hate them. But I blew a lot of workshop points. I didn't bother spending gold. I would just earn my gold. And then I would go ahead and, you know, farm the workshop points and get Haiichi. I think they actually had a 2-pack of Haiichi and Shock Train. That was, yeah, that was a nice little 2-pack, but I don't know why they do it. It really saddles you with something you don't want and then components you do want. Not really impressed by that. Did I actually try to go get... No, yeah, I think I did try to go get Haiichi. So they'll have like these little games in here, right? If you've accumulated enough gold, like I don't have any right now, but I've accumulated and earned by playing as well. I had like 11,000 at the peak. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Ghost Boy. We'll definitely get to that. But yeah, this is where I earned, or this is where I got my Haiichi points finished out. And I was able to go ahead and get it, and I really enjoy it. So, again, I think the little flipping the card, all these little stupid games they have in here are quite lame, and I do have to say that. Let's see, the next thing I want to do... Actually, let's go back one more. I've been cooking some extra weapons, so we'll just go here. I want to get 3 storms on the Haiichi, so this is the 3rd storm that I need to go ahead and level up. That one's in the pipeline. I got another Shock Train. That's in the pipeline for upgrades. There's another storm. I got a bunch of Tulumbus. I think those are the 3 Tulumbus that I pulled off of the Haiichi when I got it. And in fact, let's go look at medium weapons. I don't know what the Ion is yet. Let's go take a look at that real quick. It's an energy weapon, 600 meter range. Unload time 1 second, so it looks like it does all its damage in 1 second after a 3-second lock-on. So there's some weapons here I haven't really even had any desire for. Some of these weapons I think are repetitious. Like, you know, the Scourge, I mean, how bad is the Scourge versus the Ion? I think I'd go with the Scourge, especially since it's overpowered right now. Let's see, what else do I have? I think I might have some light weapons on boil. I used to be a Spiral guy. Take your time. You'll get... I had over 22,000 workshop points at one point. Just farming, just farming. A lot of this game is farming. If you have a, you know, a younger brother or younger sister, just tell them to do all your farming for you. But, yeah, I do have my little death button set up with 2 pinatas as well. The geckos. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, there's my other gust. Okay. This also needs to get upgraded. I got a few things in the pipeline, in my weapons development pipeline. What's up? A1R25, 245, excuse me, 245. How you doing, 245? 245, that's when he shows up to I guess get on the maps and hurt people. 2:45, that's the time. I appreciate all these invites and gamer IDs and everything. I really do. I'm actually quite independent. Doesn't mean I like, I love taking people on a ride with me. Let them, see me play live and everything, and that's really cool. And hopefully these videos encourage you guys to do the same thing. But sometimes I'm just not available, so I don't really clan or squad up at all. I do apologize for that, but I'm definitely a very solo player. And again, I hope that that's not received as an insult. It certainly isn't meant to be an insult. So, one of our first bots, this humble little guy, 2 light weapons, hard points on it. It's the Destrier, and what can I say? Tough it out. That is my best advice to a beginner. Tough it out. Upgrade it maybe to level 9. It's not going to be your #1 faithful sidekick bot, not by a long stretch. But you're going to spend a lot of time with this bot, so get used to it. Unless you've got gold to blow, get used to using this thing. Yeah, we all like killing them, of course, but you will definitely learn a lot about using this bot, a lot about just the gameplay mechanics using this. Is it fun doing a live stream? I guess. It's super flattering. I don't know about fun. It's kind of fun, but I get kind of embarrassed because, yeah, I like this one. This is like what I would paint my face like if I wanted to hide my identity in front of cameras. It breaks up the lines of the bot so much. It's like a digital, it's like a type of camouflage almost. It just breaks up the lines of it really well in an artful way. Anyway, that's the humble Destrier. It is what it is. It's a beginner bot. Kumiho, yeah, I just went over the Kumiho. I talked about the Cossack. I have a Cossack. I like them a lot, but you have to have the right opportunity to use one. You have to be an extremely good pilot. It'll make you a good pilot. A lot of these bots, like the Destrier, fine, it's a horrible bot, but it's going to teach you how to become a good pilot. Same thing with the Schutz as well, or excuse me, the Cossack, my bad, the Cossack. Same thing with the Cossack. It introduces you to the mechanics of jumping. Especially with, a 1-second charge in between jumps, you're going to get a lot of jumping done. You're going to learn how to fly, learn how to jump around. It can be deadly in the right hands. But yeah, does it last a long time with people who know what they're doing? If the red team knows what they're doing, a Cossack is going to be dead pretty quick. For sure. Alright, now we get into the bots that I've never owned. This is the Gepard. It's kind of rendered useless now because of the Pursuer. But the Gepard, I have shot and killed a lot of these things. I've also been harassed by a lot of these things. This is where why I would tell somebody that, yeah, if you find a bot or a weapon that gives you a hard time, you might want to learn how to use it. You might want to try to obtain that weapon or that bot. Yeah, okay, Ghost Boy Bang. Yeah, you've probably, On behalf of all the other people that you've annoyed with your Gepard, man. Oh my goodness, I'll tell you, you evil pilot. Oh, these things are a handful, though. If somebody knows what they're doing with a Gepard, you're going to be in for a lot of ducking and dodging and a lot of chasing around objects and cover to get to these things. Very swift. In the right hands, it'll still give you a hard time, even with the game meta now. They love Crocs. Nice. We already went over the Vityas, one of the standby, one of the old guard, if you will. One of the old, I got you, Crocs, I feel you. I like it. I have one in my hangar. I did show that earlier. Here we go. This thing looks like Ed 209. If you're young, go watch RoboCop, the first RoboCop. This is Ed 209. In the game, it's called Gollum. Gollum has a medium, a light, and a heavy weapon slot. So that's 3 weapon slots. If you are starting out and you wind up getting a Gollum, it's not bad. It has a little bit more speed, a little less armor than the Vityas, but one thing I like is it's got a heavy, a medium, and a light. It covers the entire spectrum of the different weapons groups out there. Not yet. Not yet. That's what the rewind button is for, man. After I'm done broadcasting, that is. So anyway, we do the golem here, and it's got some nice skins on it, which really, I can't tell you how many times I have gladly popped one of these out on the battlefield. Again, that having been said, is just as far as, you know, if you have a low-level bot, 245, I like Haiichi. I have expensive taste, man. I had to earn it, but I had to wait for it. I had to be patient to get it, but I finally got the Haiichi. But anyway, getting back to the golem. You guys love to sidetrack me, don't you? That's cool. That's cool. If you have other weapons that you've earned or won or what have you, and you just want to see what they're like, keep one of these around as you're starting out. It's great for just weapons development. You've got 3 different hard points to pick from for a light, a medium, and a heavy. I like it for that, but I don't have one in my hangar. I've owned this thing twice and sold it back twice. So, I don't know if it's because I don't like walking around looking like Ed 209 from RoboCop, but I just really... There's something about... Some of these bots I won't have a good explanation for, I'll tell you that. I really won't have a good explanation for why I don't like them. I know, the blue one with 4 legs. Ghost Boy, you're dying to see that bot, aren't you? Alright, Gareth. I've already talked about the Gareth. That was the baby brother to the Galahad. Earlier in the game's lifespan, the Gareth was a viable option. Very, very cool. Good old Stalker. Stalker, Heckler, Annoyance. I think the Schutz is still here. I've gone over the GI patent. Again, not super fast, not super durable, but 4 light hard points. It can give you a hard time if you walk up to one of these and you just see it come around a corner and you don't know what it is, and then you realize what it is. If the pilot knows what they're doing, they're gonna rock you for a minute. Here's a bot that I should probably follow my own advice and get one of these. I always think twice when I'm going up against one of these. The only reason I don't worry about the Rogatka now is because I have a hover. So I can go mangle a hover, or use a hover to mangle one of these pretty quick. That having been said, a great, great, great flying bot, jump bot. And look at the skin on it, the Ghost Flame skin. You can't really, that is so untouchable. You really can't mess with that. It's definitely very good looking in that color. Patents with aphids. Yeah, patents with aphids, they will get targeted for sure. I use 4 or 3 aphids and 1 mag on my Jessie sometimes. But again, if we look at the front of it, it has a fighter plane cockpit influence on the front of it. Again, the design language is very militaristic on this one. And this is the medium jump bot. In between the Cossack and the Griffin resides, or that's where the Rogatka dwells, and it's good. It's good. I never bought one, never piloted one, nothing. Do I think it's worth 2,500 gold? At this point, probably not. Probably not. I wouldn't get one now. I think I wouldn't get one, just basically the hover. That's all you need to know when it comes to flying bots. Like I said, I don't even sweat the Raven anymore. Here's the Boa. You know, I think you're right. I think the Schutz is gone. Now that I think about it. Here's the Boa. I owned one once before when it had the old skin on it. I found it to be too slow. Very durable, but not really working with my playstyle. This is another one that you could definitely go with. All right. I'm gonna go to the 4-legged ones next, like next, and then we'll come back. This will be the stopping point. The freaking doofus head, the doofus head bot. Look at the head on this thing. It looks like a. Look at it. It looks like a narwhal and a beluga whale had a bastard child. They've redesigned this thing. It just looks stupid. The idea is great. A heavy and a medium weapons, hard points on it, in an armored platform. Very well. Take care, 245. Be good. Be safe. And I don't know. The Boa is I've shot a lot of these on the field. I don't worry about them too much, actually. I really don't. They're slow. They have good armor, but you will chew through it if you've got the right configuration on the bot you're using. Okay, we're going to, by special request, look at all these other nice bots I have to go past because Ghost Boy wants me to go. So we're going to go to the quad leg bots. These are from, I believe, the Japanese faction. Fusion. Let's talk about this thing. I semi-like it. I never owned one. And which is really sad because look at this. Hang on. Wait till you see this. How cool is that? It's like a golden scarab. It is gorgeous to look at. But, again, too slow. Do I like the Ansel shield? Yeah. Do I think the Ansel shield should be on all the time? Yes. I don't think you should have to go to the tower position to use it or the guardian position to use it. I'll tell you right now, if you're using one of these with Hydras, I'm finding you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to go through all 5 bots to hunt you down. I hate these things. That's one thing that I would say. I could probably take my own advice here. Look, it has a Volkswagen engine in the back of it. This is definitely one of the tougher bots to fight against if it's a pilot that knows what they're doing. But I just really couldn't go into buying it. I didn't want it because, I don't know, I just have a real hate relationship. It's not love-hate love or love-hate relationship. It's just a hate relationship with me and Fusion pilots. Yeah, you know, for some gameplay styles, I'm sure it is. Although, I mean, 39 kilometers, okay, well... Alright, maybe they've made it faster. I don't know. Then there is the ride. Actually, hang on. Before I go, I need to go appease Ghost Boy real quick. I'm not going to leave you hanging, Ghost Boy. I'll show you the Fusion in all the different color schemes, too. Look at the dragon on this thing. I've got a dragon on here. But usually I sit there with my shields up and just shoot missiles at you. Fear me. And then we've got a blue dragon. So that's a red dragon we just saw. My bad. And we've got the blue dragon. The blue dragon, so you got one dragon on each side. A lot more symmetrical on the front, I think. Good looking bot. Good looking skins. I don't know. There just wasn't enough to it for me. For me. This is all... I mean, next month I might be falling in love with the Fusion and talking about it constantly. Who knows? But as it stands, I never bothered buying it. I definitely have had troubles with them on the battlefield, so I do respect them. I have to respect them. I have to hesitate when I'm going to engage one, and I make sure I'm equipped properly. Yeah. And then I had this one. But, of course, I'll go back to sounding like a broken record. This is the Raijin. This is the heavy quad bot. And 2 heavy... Sorry, yeah, the Fusion has 3 mediums. I didn't mention that. This is 2 heavy hard points. Let me drink some water. Jeez, my throat's getting dry. Okay. That's better. Wow, this is so hard. No. It has a physical shield. It flips down on the front. Again, it elevates a little bit. Right, yeah. I'll give people props for using these bots for sure. But again, I did have this bot, and when I got it, I had to have the Black Widow paint scheme on it. I thought this looked fantastic. I think just the looks of this setup is what made me buy it. I bought it because this skin was available for it. I'll admit it. I was all about the bling. And it's gorgeous to look at. Too slow. I used some of its climbing capabilities, but again, this is a bot that I would much rather be... I already sold it back. I bought it with workshop points and then basically wasted my workshop points and sold it back for, you know, however much, 3 million silver, 2 million silver. I don't know how generous Pixonic was to me with this bot when I resold it, but yeah. Those are the ones that I just didn't fall in love with. Let's go ahead and go back. Where was I at? I was at Big Head. I was at old Bulbous Head here. Where's Bulbous Head? There's the bulbous head. Okay. I hope that made you happy, Ghost Boy. That was for you. The quad bots. Galahad, I've already talked about it. Already praised its virtues. Natasha, again, in my opinion, too slow. Do I have one? Yes. Do I use it sometimes? Yeah, sometimes. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know those bots were for gold, really. Okay, by the time I got into the game, and by the time I got... Oh, yeah, anytime, Ghost Boy. By the time I got into the game, I believe those bots were worth workshop points, and even then, when of course we had to wait till we got to a certain level. I think it was 20, 25 before we could start farming workshop points. Leo, I've talked about that. Slow, but heavily armored. My god, heavily armored. A tough bot. This thing, never owned one. Never want to buy one. Again, too slow. If I get the drop on one of these things, or if I'm able to get to one of these things, this is another bot that is a high value target. Just for the amount of annoyance they can cause. They're really, if somebody knows what they're doing, they're really, really good. Yeah, again, if you have a good sniper on your side, they will hold down the opposition very well. But I was impressed by this bot when I first got killed by one. Of course, you can switch to the viewing cam after you've been, botted out. Your hangar's empty. You have no bots to pull from. So I went ahead and, of course, the camera defaults to the bot that just shot me. It was a Fury, and it had 3 trebuchets on it. So no wonder it popped me so quickly. I saw Natasha sitting next to it, and I thought, I think I'll go with the Natasha. Besides, 5,000 gold was not in my budget. Again, this is a bot that I would definitely fear, respect, chase down. The quicker you can get one of these off the battlefield, the better off you are. Especially when they start coming at you with a triple Zeus or a triple Trident. They will give you problems quick. They are good. The panda costume, or the panda skin, looks really good on it. Costume. Look, it's got a little panda. It's got a little Pixonic logo. That would probably make me shoot it even harder. Yeah. I wish somebody had 5 of these in their hangar and just spawned with these every time. That's all I want to shoot at. Just that logo. No, I mean, I guess they're doing everything they can. I should talk about who owns Pixonic. Or no, not Pixonic. I was looking at Fortnite. Tencent is the company that owns them. If you go look at the stock, I chased down the stock numbers for them because the moment Fortnite goes to Android, I think the stock price is going to jump. Anyway, if you're young, tell your parents to look at the owners of Fortnite. The company is called Tencent, and then it's like some Hong Kong stock or something. They're a Chinese company, but you can buy them on NASDAQ. Anyway, the lava paint job on the Fury. This thing is, it definitely will... Again, one of the bots that I would definitely stand out as something I have to respect when I'm going up against it. And you have to play to the weaknesses. Right? Lancelot. This is the top of the line for the Brit bots. Of course, the other ones being Galahad and Gareth. I never went with this one. Again, too slow. Does it have that rush ability? Yes. This is also another high priority target. You don't ever give up against this bot if you can help it. If you've got 1, 2, 3 bots that you can pull from in your hangar. If you've got a 5-bot hangar, good for you. Find these things, eradicate them with extreme prejudice. What's up, Flex One? How are you? This is the bot that gave us the Ancelot. That's where somebody will put, or a pilot will put an Ansel shield on this thing. So now you've got a frontal physical shield. You've got an energy shield that's 360 degrees. And what's up, fellas? Yeah, still slow. So let's talk about the vulnerabilities. Right here. Right here, the back of it. The back of it is one spot that you can definitely shoot at if you can get behind it. This is where a good dash bot comes into play. Also, right here, the sides, behind the shield. If you have plasma weapons, they're going to go through the energy shield. This is, again, if you're facing one of these with an Ansel shield on top. If it does have an Ansel shield, then just go after it with rockets and just rock its world and mess it up and call it a day. But, again, when you have an Ansel shield on this is another bot that I would definitely respect. Be very careful when you're engaging one of them. They will give you a hard time. Some interesting skins for this. I don't think I've ever gotten a look at the skins. Ah, the Reaper, okay. Yeah, you definitely have to respect its authority. Especially with an Ansel shield on it. Then it's going to be on...